Nitai Gaur Premanande. So today we'll be reading from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, text 35. Chapter entitled Dhyana Yoga. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Asamshayam Mahabaho Mano Durnigraham Chalam Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagyena Chagrayate. Any Prabhus would like to read?
Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Asamshaya Mahabaho Mano Durnigraham Chalam Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagyena Chagrayate.
Anyone else? Mataji.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha Asamsaya Mahabaho Mano Durnigraham Chalam Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagyena Chagrayate.
Anyone else?
Shri Bhagavan Vacha Asamsaya Mahabaho Mano Durnigraham Chalam Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagyena Chagrayate.
Anyone else?
Shri Bhagavan Vacha Asamsaya Mahabaho Mano Durnigraham Chalam Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagyena Chagrayate.
Word to word translation. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. The personality of Godhead said, Asamshayam, undoubtedly, Mahabaho, O mighty armed one, Manaha, the mind, Durnigraham, difficult to curb, Chalam, flickering, Abhyasena, by practice, Tu, but, Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, Vairagyena, by detachment, Cha, also, Grayate, can be so controlled. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Lord Sri Krishna said, O mighty armed son of Kunti, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind, but it is possible by suitable practice and by detachment. Purport. The difficulty of controlling the obstinate mind, as expressed by Arjuna, is accepted by the personality of Godhead. But at the same time, he suggests that by practice and detachment, it is possible. What is that practice? In the present age, no one can observe the strict rules and regulations of placing oneself in a sacred place, focusing the mind on the supersoul, restraining the senses and mind, observing celibacy, remaining alone, etc. By the practice of Krishna consciousness, however, one engages in 9 types of devotional service to the Lord. The first and foremost of such devotional engagements is hearing about Krishna. This is a very powerful transcendental method for purging the mind of all misgivings. The more one hears about Krishna, the more one becomes enlightened and detached from everything that draws the mind away from Krishna. By detaching the mind from activities not devoted to the Lord, one can very easily learn Vairagya. Vairagya means detachment from matter and engagement of the mind in spirit. Impersonal spiritual detachment is more difficult than attaching the mind to the activities of Krishna. This is practical because by hearing about Krishna, one becomes automatically attached to the Supreme Spirit. This attachment is called Parishanubhava, spiritual satisfaction. It is just like the feeling of satisfaction a hungry man has for every morsel of food he eats. The more one eats while hungry, the more one feels satisfaction and strength. Similarly, by discharging of devotional service, one feels transcendental satisfaction as the mind becomes detached from material objectives. It is something like curing a disease by expert treatment and appropriate diet. Hearing of the transcendental activities of Lord Krishna is therefore expert treatment for the mad mind. And eating the foodstuff offered to Krishna is the appropriate diet for the suffering patient. This treatment is the process of Krishna consciousness. Om Ajnanatirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatam aham vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. So first of all, thank you all for coming on this beautiful Sunday afternoon where you could have been anywhere, but you chose to come here and take darshan of the Lord. So this is a very nice verse where Krishna is answering to the previous verse where Arjuna is saying, Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramati balavad dridam tasyaham nigraham manye vayor iva sudushkaram. Arjuna is saying, hey Krishna, the mind is restless, is turbulent, is obstinate and very strong. O Krishna, and to subdue it, I think it is more difficult than controlling the wind. So Arjuna is basically saying, I can control the wind. He's that powerful. He's saying, I can control the wind, but Krishna, I cannot control my mind, because my mind gets distracted all the time. And I get confused. Like right now I'm confused. I don't know whether I should fight or I should not fight. I don't know if this war is really is profitable to anyone. What should I do? He's confused. Now is Arjuna really confused? He's an eternal servant, eternal friend of Krishna. Yes, he's confused. At the same time, he's not confused. These are pastimes of the Lord. The Lord comes here to do all these pastimes. But Arjuna, on our behalf, he's asking this question to Krishna. And Krishna is saying, listen, it is possible. It is possible to control the mind. How? By Abhyasena, by practice. Now, practice is important because, and when to practice? When we die, and if the Yamadutas come, and we tell the Yamadutas, give me 1 hour, I will practice Krishna consciousness. They will not give us that 1 hour, they won't even give us 1 moment. Or they will not come and say, okay, listen, you have done a lot of mistakes, but listen, I'll give you one last chance now. You have 1 more hour to rectify all your sins, and then you'll be wiped off. No. Whatever has to be practiced before our last breath. It has to be practiced now. Because when that last breath is finished, there is no time to practice. Remember this, very important. So with every breath we wake up tomorrow morning, we have to thank Krishna, that Krishna, you give me 1 more day to become a better person. 1 more day. You give me 1 more chance. Actually, Krishna is giving us chance every day, every moment. Think about it. Do we control our breathing? No. Who is giving us? It is said that when you are born, the exact number of breaths we will take is already given, is already written. Now, we don't know what that number is. And that number can come any moment. So we must practice to control our mind, because our mind is so chanchalam. Sometimes here, sometimes there, driving us crazy. So many directions. Even while sleeping, the mind is running in so many places, so many worries, so much stress, so much depression, so much worries about the past, about the future. We're not living in the present. Right now we are here. Be in the present moment. Right now I am here. Past we cannot change. Future we don't know what's coming our way. But today, at this moment, in our present, what we do will help us in the future. As simple as that. So, to control the mind, which is the cause of all the miseries. A problem, somebody loses a job and is not so worried. And somebody else loses a job, is completely devastated. What is the difference? Is it the job that's the difference? It is the mind of these two peoples, how it reacted to it. Somebody is diagnosed with cancer and is completely gone into depression. Somebody finds out they have cancer and they pray to Krishna and they say, please, now let my mind be on your lotus feet. What is the difference? It is the perception. The problem is not cancer. Somebody finds out that they're going to die in 7 days. And they say, I want to go to Hawaii, I want to go to all those favorite places that I've never been, I want to do this, I want to eat that. Yeah, sometimes people ask these questions. क्या करोगे अगर आपको पता चला कि 7 दिन में आपको मरना है? Oh, मैं सबसे पहले तो जॉब जाना बंद करूंगा या करूंगी, उसके बाद मैं ये एंजॉय करूंगी, वो एंजॉय करूंगी, ये करेंगे, वो करेंगे. अब परीक्षित महाराज, what did Parikshit Maharaj do? As soon as he found out that उनके पास 7 दिन बाकी है, 7 days left, he went straight, he left his kingdom, he gave up, he was a king, and he walked away. And by Krishna's mercy, he came in contact with Sukdev Goswami. He said, please tell me about the Supreme Lord. What was the difference? The mind. How you perceive things. So it's not the problem itself that's a problem. The problem is how we tackle it. And the way we tackle it, we have to practice Now, how do you practice and who do you practice with is very important. If you are into sports, you want to practice with people who are better than you in that game that you want to play. Isn't it? If you like to dance, you want to practice with those people who are good dancers. If you want to sing, you want to practice with those who are wonderful singers and musicians. If you go with someone who is lower than you, then you may be satisfied, I sang better than this person. I played better than this person. But end of the day, did we really learn anything? We did not. Similarly, to control the mind, we have to practice with those who have controlled their mind. How they behave, how they react in situations, how much they are practicing. All these things we have to ask and watch. Otherwise, it'll become very difficult for by ourselves to try to control the mind. Arjuna had the strongest brothers with him, all the way from Yudhishthir and Sahadev. They were all powerful. And he had Krishna also with him. And still he's saying that I cannot control my mind. So what is our chance? But Krishna says, no, it is possible. Then Arjuna says in the later verses, hey Krishna, if somebody tries to practice but fails at some point, मैंने शुरुआत तो कर ली, लेकिन what if I'm not able to keep up? What if I'm not able to practice nicely? Do I not get any results or reactions? Will I get reactions or do I not get any result? And Krishna says, no, absolutely you get good results. For whatever, how much ever you practice, you will get results. And he says that yogi who's trying to control his mind will go get superior destination. And after that, he's finished his life there, he'll come and take birth in an aristocratic family or a Brahmana family. So he's talking about those who've gone to the heavenly planets, and after they're finishing their time, they come back here. So he's saying there is no loss, so keep trying. Don't give up. And in another verse also Krishna says that no matter how much you try, even little bit progress made in this devotional path will save you from the greatest danger, which is death. So where is the question of losing anything? So if all of us should try, we are all practitioners. I also practice daily. I also go into that, those who are familiar with cricket, they go into the nets and they call net practice. I also practice daily. Not control my mind, but keeping my foot down on the ground and remembering that I'm just a servant of the Lord and I'm a student of the Lord. After so many years, he was introducing for so many years practicing. He didn't say for so many years he's become master of Krishna consciousness. He's practicing Krishna consciousness for last X number of years. We're still practicing. And Krishna is looking at that, how much you're practicing. Are we sincerely practicing? Or we are just practicing when there is a problem? If you're practicing when there is only problem, then it won't work. We have to constantly practice Krishna conscious activities. We have to constantly tell ourselves, first of all, we have to find that practitioner with whom we can practice. Now, if we feel that, listen, there is no good practitioner here, there's nobody who's a good senior than me or better than me in certain aspects of Krishna consciousness, then we have failed. Then we'll keep looking and we'll keep jumping from one spiritual mentor or guru to another mentor and guru. Because we find somebody attractive, we will follow them. Then after that, we'll hear some other lectures and some other philosophy, then we'll follow them. But no, if we keep doing that, end of the day, our philosophical understanding will become a khichdi, complete khichdi. We have to practice where the teachings are coming in proper disciplic succession, coming down from Krishna to Brahma to Narada and all the acharyas. And in our sampradaya, coming through Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the 6 Goswamis, Srila Prabhupada and us. Now when we stick to that, Srila Prabhupada's books are so simple, so simply is explained us, that if we just stick to those principles and practice that, going back home, back to God, it is guaranteed. We must have this complete faith. Prabhupada has said that. We don't need to look anywhere. These days, YouTube, Reels and all that is very dangerous. We get so many different speakers speak on Bhagavad Gita. They've never chanted the names of Krishna even once. But they will give a lot of tippani on Bhagavad Gita. Tippani malum hai? Tippani means? Commentary, anecdotes on Bhagavad Gita. You want to hear from somebody who has realized God. And when Prabhupada writes these books, when he wrote these books, he would say that Krishna is dictating everything to me. I'm just moving my hand. And only then it was possible for people all around the world to become Krishna conscious. How otherwise can people from different continents take up this path of Krishna consciousness in just last 50 years? Here I saw while we were doing kirtan in one of these bulbs, it says, Jesus is God's powerful son. Here, right here in front of me. And I said, true. Jesus is the most powerful son of God. And Prabhupada said that God is Krishna. And Prabhupada also is that powerful devotee of the Lord who at the age of 70 wrote these books and transformed. He brought Krishna consciousness, Hare Krishna movement to the entire world. So we, at least I thought, listen, I'm in the best place. I don't need to look around. And just following that simply, what were his instructions? 16 rounds daily, practice. Before it was 64 rounds daily, but he reduced it to 16 rounds. If we can just do 16 rounds daily, follow the 4 regulative principles, do Ekadashis, come to temple every Sunday, look for opportunities to hear more, look for opportunities to do more service, then it is guaranteed that we will achieve and will get Krishna. That's the only difference. Sometimes people ask, how do you manage work? How do you manage your family, your health, your parents, Krishna consciousness, your bills? And I tell them, I don't manage. Krishna is managing. I'm just waking up in the morning, doing what I need to do. I need to log into work, I just log in. I finish my work, and then in the morning we chant, in the evening I have to chant. I read some books, I have to pay some bills. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. But how is everything moving? I have no idea. Krishna is making it do. Because I truly believe that I cannot do anything. He has given me intelligence that I'm utilizing. But the results of that is only coming from Krishna. You see? We have to do our duty, we have to perform our duty. But the results, the more we are detached to our results, the more happy we will be. The more we are attached to our results, the more depression will come. Because we want results in certain ways. We want this way it should happen, Krishna. Give me this, please. If we get more anxiety, then we say, please, Krishna. And then Krishna is testing us. But if we are detached and we say, okay, you know what? Isme bhi kuch reason hoga why Krishna is not giving this to me. He wants me to go through this. He wants me to learn something which I'm not understanding what he wants me to go through. It's my past karma also. There could be multiple things happening. Let me just surrender to Krishna. Let it happen. Like Sureshwar Krishna Prabhu always says, ये सब कृष्णा का किया है, हमने कुछ नहीं किया, ये तो सब भगवान करा रहे हैं. It's very true. भगवान ही करा रहे हैं. हमको खाली माध्यम बनना है. We have to become just tools in the hands of Krishna. He will make us do what is needed to do. So to do this practice, we have to have certain regiment. Anything we do, may it be working out for our own physical body, may it be for work, may it be a student. If someone does not have a fixed schedule, they can never be successful, isn't it? Even housewives, they have a fixed schedule. They'll get up in the morning, first things they need to do is start cleaning the house. You know, they have a schedule, whatever, different people have different routines. But they follow that, you know. They keep practicing that day after day. To become successful at work, some of them go through their emails the night before, they plan out what needs to be done tomorrow, what needs to be delivered tomorrow. When you are working out, you just don't go into the gym and say, okay, आज मुझे पहला जो भी weight दिखेगा मैं वो उठा लूँगा. आज जो भी मशीन मुझे खाली दिखेगा मैं उस पर चढ़ जाऊँगा. करते हैं क्या माता जी से? No, you have to plan out nicely that how many hours, how much time I want to spend, how many reps I want to do, kitna din, how many times in a day I want to go. Similarly, in spiritual life, we have to have a plan. So really getting Krishna, between Krishna and us, it is really us in between. It is really up to us. Just on Friday, I was at a program where somebody asked me, Prabhuji, बहुत distractions है life में. क्या करे? मन तो करता है कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस में आने का, मन तो करता है मंदिर और जप करने का, लेकिन डिस्ट्रैक्शंस बहुत है. सो आई गिव एन एग्जांपल. मैं बोला आप पेड़ को पकड़ लो, एक पेड़ को ऐसे करके पकड़ लो, और फिर वो कोई पकड़ा हुआ आदमी होगा और आप वहां से गुजर रहे हो, यू आर पासिंग बाय, समबडी इज होल्डिंग अ ट्री एंड दैट पर्सन इज शाउटिंग हेल्प हेल्प. ओके, व्हाट हैपेंड भैया? वेल दैट अ ट्री, I want to release from the tree. I want to get released from the tree. He said, okay, let me go around. देखता है तो दिखता है कुछ बांधा तो है नहीं. He's not tied. बोलता भैया तो release करो ना. बोलता no, you help me. Okay, take your hand like this. Release. And the tree is released. You are the one who's holding the tree. So we are the ones, we are holding all these distractions. You release, you turn off that TV, not tuck off button. The TV will jump on you and say that, hey, why did you turn me off? But we sit there, we are meditating. मुझे जप करना है, लेकिन टीवी बंद नहीं हो रहा, टीवी बंद नहीं हो रहा, जप करना है. But नहीं, it's so simple. Remember the tree example. Push the off button. It's done. I've myself witnessed that. Sometimes I'm just stuck on something that I know in my head. I'm thinking, wasting time to finish my rounds. At some point, I have to say, stop and start chanting, start hearing, start reading. बेड में गए सोने को, अलार्म लगाना है, कल सुबह जल्दी उठना है, और उसके पहले एक बार तो चेक कर ले किसका मैसेज आया है. स्टेटस चेक कर ले, टिंग करके आएगा, फैमिली मेंबर ने कुछ भेजा है, एक रील भेजा है, दैट रील इज सो फनी, सो नाइस, नदर रील. 10 बजे बेड में गए थे, 10:30 हो गए, नदर रील. 11 बज गए, नदर रील. 12 बज गए, 2 घंटे हो गए. व्हेन वी लुक एट द क्लॉक, 2 बजे तक हम रील देख रहे हैं. वेस्टिंग आवर टाइम. हु इज स्टॉपिंग अस? फोन को अंदर ही मत लाओ रूम में. Keep it outside. Keep it next to you. It is all in our hands. We have to practice properly. And that practice, there are too many things to practice, but the best practice to control the mind is your morning sadhana. As I was growing up, my parents would tell me, morning you study. Memorization is, you can memorize everything what you study in the morning. I said, I can do that. The problem, I have one problem, Mom. What is your problem? I'm not able to wake up early in the morning. Otherwise, I can do that. But for Krishna consciousness, we have to wake up early in the morning and do our sadhana. अब कितने लोग क्रिकेट फॉलो करते, हाथ ऊपर कीजिए. How many follow soccer? हाथ ऊपर रखिए. Very few people. Very nice. It's a wonderful crowd. When the cricket match is at 2 a.m. or some other part of the world, how many of you will wake up to watch India-Pakistan match? Genuinely, we do. Why? Because our heart is there. If hamara heart is a problem with the sound or something. Acha. Everyone can hear me? Okay. So the problem is where our heart is. If our heart is in the instructions given to us, you must chant, then by hook or crook we will chant. We will wake up early in the morning. So the best time to wake up is before sunrise. May be difficult. We do so many programs, Friday night, Saturday nights. By the time we go home, it's 11 o'clock. By the time we sleep, it's 12. But somehow or other, have to get up a little early in the morning and do our rounds. We are Kaliyug people. In Satyuga, the process was dhyan, meditation. Kar sakte the, abhi nahi kar sakte dhyan. All the pillars of religion, austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truth were present in Satyuga. Then one of the legs fell apart, which was austerity. Austerity gone, meditation also gone. Then it came down to doing yagyas. That was the process. From yagyas, then cleanliness disappeared. Now cleanliness is not there. How can you do yagyas? That's when Dwapar Yuga came. Where temple worship, Pujari is doing, you go to the temple, you worship the Lord. Beautiful, beautiful deities, you worship and pray and they hear your prayers. Then what happened? Mercy disappeared. Then came Kali Yuga. Mercy also disappeared. Only one leg Kali Yuga is standing on, which is truthfulness. So Krishna knew that in this age it is very difficult for a common man to practice dhyan, yajna and big temple worships. So what was the process given? He says, Harer Nam, Harer Nam, Harer Nam, Aiva Kevalam, Kalau Nastyeva, Nastyeva, Nastyeva Gatiranyata. There is no other way, no other way, no other way but chanting the names of Lord Hari in Kali Yuga. So process given is so simple. But we have to practice this in the morning. Krishna is more pleased if we do something in a regulated way. You have to give prasad, you have to give bhoga to Krishna. Have a scheduled time. That time shouldn't be when my stomach starts growling. It should be a fixed time. Okay, between 11 and 1, let's say. Krishna should know that itne time mein my devotee will come. Krishna would know that Sunday when I come here and when I am put on the altar and when I open my eyes, Krishna should be confused that Aaj Abhay Prabhu kyun nahi aaye? You understand? Because he's so used to seeing a devotee that Krishna is scratching his head and asking Radharani, Radharani, just go, can you just check on him? Is he okay? Why he's not here today? Because without fail he is here. That's how we must practice to become regular. If it is offering bhoga, if it is chanting, waking up early in the morning and doing that. Are you all with me? Is your mind going somewhere else? Chanchalam manha Krishna. It will go. But whatever we do, put it into practice. Make it your habit. Good habits will take you up. Bad habits will take you down. You decide where you want to go. You want to go up or down. But habits is important. इतनी आदत लग जानी चाहिए कृष्णा के लिए कि नींद में भी, कोमा में भी, when the stethoscope is put by the doctor, कोमा में है, let me check the heartbeat, अंदर से आएगा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. The doctor will only get confused. What is happening? He'll tell the nurse, get me another stethoscope. No, seriously. There was one, what is her name? In Maharashtra, this great devotee, Janabai, she used to make pots, clay pots, and she would stack them. And one day, there was a fight going on between her and her neighbor. The neighbor was saying that these pots are mine. They are not yours. He was also pot maker. So they both are arguing, and in that time, Kabir passes by. And Kabir notices there's a problem. He says, what happened, Jana? He says, this, my neighbor, he's saying these pots are not mine. They are his, but they are mine. He says, okay. He says, how do you know they are yours? He says, take this pot and put it on your ears and hear it. You'll hear only Vitthal, Vitthal, Vitthal. So Kabir takes that pot and he puts it near his ears. And when he puts it near his ears, he really hears that sound. Vitthal, Vitthal, Vitthal. Because while she's making also that, she's transformed that pot also into Krishna. So much love for Krishna. So that is my role model. When I'm chanting on my beads, that I want that when I stop chanting the beads also I hear. But I get disappointed all the time because when I put down the beads, other things run in my mind. There's some days when chanting is going on, but some days it's not. But then you remember Krishna said, don't be disappointed. Don't be disappointed. There will be some bad days. There will be some days when you won't be able to. You'll struggle, but still keep going on. Read about him. And for that, it is very important of the 9 processes that we heard here. The most important is Shravanam. First thing is hearing about Krishna. So I was telling that person who said there are बहुत distractions. I said, how much are you hearing? He said, hear करने के लिए भी समय नहीं है. I was feeling very sorry for that person. That in the human form of life, सब कुछ है. गाड़ी है, घर है, बंगला है, सब कुछ है. लेकिन सुनने के लिए भी समय नहीं है. क्या जिंदगी बना दी है हम लोग ने. Our life has become so busy that we don't even have time to hear about Krishna. We have to make time. So I told myself that I'm going to stop watching movies and spend time on movies because I'm not able to chant my rounds many years ago. Then we made a decision, listen, I don't even want TV at home. So for last 35 years, we don't have a TV at home. Nowadays, it's not astonishing. If I said this 10, 15 years ago, people, oh, no TV? Now because TV is on your phone, you're carrying TV with you. But then what are we missing, right? The TV, actually now I say that TV was better. At least I could not carry it from one room to another. इतना हैवी था कि अभी बेड में गए तो टीवी कहाँ लेके जाओ, वो लिविंग रूम में ही पड़ा रहता था. तो लिविंग रूम को ही बेड बना देते थे. But now the phone can go anywhere and it will distract us in any place. It's very dangerous. And the phones are destroying people's lives. So hearing is important. We have to do it, devotees. We have to do it now. We have to do it while we are alive. We have to make it a point that forget it. I'm not making money for somebody who's going to stay behind and enjoy my hard-earned money into something that I didn't want them to enjoy. I want to do something for my spiritual life as well. I'm working so hard for what? So that somebody else can go and udav that money on something else? So we must hear. And when we hear, we feel like I want to chant also. Because we are hearing about Krishna, so we develop that taste for Krishna. And we develop the taste for Krishna, looks like this, looks like that. His pastimes with Mother Yashoda, with Radharani yesterday. We discussed some pastimes. Then I want to chant his names also. Because now how do you call Krishna? Not by hearing. You call Krishna by calling Krishna. You have to call Krishna. Hare Krishna. You have to dial every day. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Phone is busy. Nobody is responding. But you have to keep calling him. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So that chanting, the best time when there is no busy line is in the morning. Because half the world is sleeping. So Krishna is available. You see? शाम को घर टेम्पल जाके बहुत घंटी बजाते लोग डंग टिंग ढंग ढिंग ढंग. ही इज वेरी बिजी. कोई बोल रहा है सुख दे संपत्ति दे घर आवे सब हो रहा है. सो ही इज बिजी. बट मॉर्निंग आवर्स He's just relaxing. So you can get personal time. So in the morning, start chanting. Now, as I said, chanting is the way of this age. And one of the best ways to do chanting, we are going to do, we talked about the importance of chanting. There's many things in the morning. But now, there's a special time also. Like morning is the best time to chant. Ekadashi is the best time to fast. Similarly, Chaturmas is the best time to worship Krishna. Why? This month of this 4 months called Chaturmas is when Lord Vishnu goes to sleep. So Lord Vishnu goes to sleep, then it is time for devotees to wake up. Understand? He's sleeping, and during that time, Chaturmas, no special material activities or great programs are performed. During Chaturmas, for example, weddings, buying a house, big things are not ideally should be performed. Because the receiver of any yagyas is Narayan, Vishnu. And it is said that he is resting. Ideally, is he resting? He is not. He is in Yoga Nidra, but even in that rest situation, he is managing the entire universe. But this is his pastime. So that is the time when other activities were not taking place many years. So that time what Vaishnavas and other devotees would do, first of all, they'll stop traveling. Sadhus will stop traveling, they'll stay in one dham and for 4 months. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was on a South India yatra, he stayed in 4 months. He stayed in Sri Rangam at the house of Venkata Bhatta Goswami. Madhavendra Puri, the spiritual master of Ishwara Puri, who was the spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, stayed in Jagannath Puri for 4 months during Chaturmas. So what do? We have to go to New York and come back. We have to go to office, come back. We can't stay at home and just do bhajan. But we can utilize this Chaturmas time where Krishna is just resting, Vishnu is resting, and easily the connection is very clear. We can increase our devotional activities. This is the time, note down, Guru Purnima, it starts Chaturmas, which is, I've given the date also, July 29th. And it goes on till Kartik Purnima, which is November 24th. Now some people do it from Ekadashi to Ekadashi. One is Shayana Ekadashi, the day when Vishnu goes to sleep, and Utthana Ekadashi, when Lord Vishnu wakes up. In our Sampradaya, Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, we do it from Purnima to Purnima. And the last 5 days of that is Bhishma Panchak also. And that's where Kartik also comes in the 4th month. Now there are certain things that one refrains from, which is not so important, but good to know. In the 1st month, green leafy vegetables, 2nd month, yogurt, 3rd month, milk, and the 4th month, dosa, idli, sambar, urad dal. But that is not what I was going to talk about today. The most important thing is that during this month, we're going to give everyone an opportunity to focus on Krishna by having this Chaturmas Japa challenge, where we can improve our morning sadhana very nicely. How many of you all join the morning Japa calls? Raise your hand. Very few. And I'm sure some of you do it by yourselves also. Especially those who are initiated or aspiring to get initiated, we must practice now. Practice now. And when we practice in the association of devotees, it is even better. In many parts of the world, this Japa session happens where hundreds and thousands of people get on call. So we are going to try that also here, following some of the programs that they are following. And it has to be made a little disciplined and a little stricter. So from Purnima, from the Guru Purnima day, the schedule that we had right now will be dissolved. Starting today, Ram Tulsi Prabhu we'll be taking some names for chanting japa. Okay? And there are some rules to that also. And I guarantee you do this for 4 months. After that, you will not want to give up. And your sadhana will be so much better. Any problems going on in your mind, in your life, you'll be able to handle it much better. And it's all free. There's no charge for it. In fact, we are saying that those who do this religiously, nicely, we'll even give them a surprise gift. Return gift. So the requirements, I'll just go quickly and then Ram Tulsi will also talk to you is, first thing is, pay attention. First thing is you have to log into Zoom, which even on your phone is there. But you have to log in through your account. You have to create a Zoom account. Not just put the ID or click on the, you have to log in through your own Zoom account. So create a Zoom account, right? And then every time log in through that. Now what happens with that is, Ram Tulsi Prabhu has created a tool through which he will track. Zoom has this ability, well, he'll track how many people have logged in every day. Okay. And how often they're logging. Now, to be able to sign up for chanting, we're also reducing the duration of chanting. The japa calls used to be 30 minutes each. Instead of that, it'll be 20 minutes each. Sometimes 30 minutes also becomes a drag. We said, let's try 20 minutes. Now, to join that 20 minutes call, you have to log in at least 4 days a week, minimum, through your Zoom account. You have to be present there for 4 days minimum. Not difficult. When somebody told me anytime they say challenge, I'm like, really? Challenge? I'd love to take it up. Some people get scared as soon as we say challenge. But this is nothing to get us scared. This will just bring us closer and help us in our own sadhana. So, here are some, you can read it on the screen, that we log in daily. So whatever day you sign up, so let's say Nitesh Prabhu signs up for Monday, 6 a.m. So every Monday you are there, 6 to 6:20, you have to chant. That's all. The rest of the days, you're chanting with being muted there. You see? Just like that. Goes on for every Monday. And some say you sign up for Tuesday, 7:30 to 8. Then you have to chant Tuesday, 7:30 to 8. The rules are these, that you have to get there 5 minutes before it begins. Attendance will be taken. The chanting method also, this is very important. Many times I hear devotees chanting and I feel, how is Krishna feeling that chanting? Because the chanting is like, Hare Krishna, Krishna. You know, sometimes it is like, Krishna ko daat rahe hain? Ki kya kar rahe? And then sometimes the chanting is, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So Krishna is running towards us, then वो बीच में रुक जाते हैं कि मुझे बुला रहा है कि क्या कर रहा है. So we have to learn how to chant also. So the chanting has to be with proper pace like this. And I'm going to cover this again on Wednesday if need be. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Lovingly bulana hai Krishna ko. ये नहीं है. Hey Hare Krishna. Then seamless transitions. Now one mistake that many devotees do is on japa calls, they start, 7 o'clock comes, they start. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, we have to chant this mantra, Panchatattva mantra. Prabhu Nityananda. And exactly at 7:30, they again chant Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. I'm still confused how their rounds are so exact that it's 7 o'clock, it starts, and 7:30, it's again Jai Shri Krishna. It is impossible. It is impossible. It is sometimes possible the sun may not rise from the east, but it is impossible that your chanting can be like that. So the point here is that even when you're not doing on japa, we should not chant Jai Shri Krishna in the middle of our japa. It is meant to be as a prayer offering before you start chanting. And after you're done chanting, you must start, not in between. So if you're in the middle of japa, you just log off. So I'm chanting. Now it's my turn to chant. 7:30, I unmute. And wherever I'm chanting, I'll start chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And when it is 7:20, Hare Krishna, I mute and done. And continue my chanting. Whenever my beat finishes, I do Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. So that's one important thing. The other one is, Is it mandatory for the camera? No. So camera is not mandatory, but if you feel that you fall asleep, it's good to put yourself on camera because now everyone is watching you. So you can keep yourself like that. This way I don't fall asleep. Then the phone distance. Sometimes the phone is so close, ऐसा लगता है कि वो बाजू में ही बैठ के chant कर रहे हैं मेरे. And sometimes the phone is so far away that we can hardly hear. So keeping that distance properly to sound, the sound comes nicely, is important. When you're not chanting, you have to keep yourself muted. Importance is what I said, hearing. It is not important how many times am I chanting. It is not important is everybody hearing my sweet voice, my melodious voice. No. Important is hearing. That's why we get to chant only 20 minutes in 1 week. But we get to hear 2 hours. 2 hours every day. So that is important. So this participation is open. If we cannot chant for 4 days, you can still participate in this. But you will not get to chant. You will not get to chant being unmuted. To be able to chant unmuted, you have to join at least 4 hours a day. I mean 4 times a week. And even all the teenagers here, they can do this before going to school. Parents may say, Ramacandra Prabhu, ye kya bol diya aapne? But I guarantee to the parents that if kids do this, they develop this habit of getting up early and do their chanting before going to school, it'll just make them a better person. So chanting with sincerity is important. Have this commitment and come closer to Krishna. So my humble request is, I'll end here, is that all of you take this Chaturmas. Is very important. And what will happen is you're actually preparing yourself for Kartik. Because usually what happens, Kartik aane ke ek din pehle we turn on the switch. Suddenly वो bed, floor पे bed डाल दिया, वो बोलते क्या कर रहे हो? बोलते नहीं आज से मैं जमीन पे सोऊंगा. Okay. But एक महीने में difficult. Then suddenly, now I'll only eat fruits for 1 month. But transition, slowly we can transition into Kartik. You see? And Kartik will become even more relishing. So let's try hard. Let's try ourselves and do this morning sadhana. And I'm very confident that if all of us join together, it will help you, and then it'll help encourage others also to do this. Can we do it? Can we do it? Do you want to do it? It's not mandatory, Baba. It's not compulsory. Don't worry. ऐसा नहीं है कि pressure से करा रहे. This is again, why are we doing this? 4 months of chanting, this is the best time of the year. Krishna has given these 4 months. We are not able to go to Dham. It is recommended that in these 4 months, you should visit one Dham. We're not able to go to India, to go to Puri or Vrindavan or anywhere. But we can make our home, our mind, a Dham by doing this practice. Okay? So please see Ram Tulsi Prabhu. He will get you signed up. And if you're not going to be able to attend, let's say there's one turn, all those questions, you may have many questions. Feel free to ask. Ram Tulsi Prabhu, Kalindi Mataji, Jai Draupadi Mataji. Feel free to ask them what your questions are. Someday if you're not able to join, no problem. Let them know a day before that tomorrow I won't be able to join my 7 o'clock. They will help you. They will guide you. But I want to see each and every one of you signing up for this. And like I said, 29th of July, our call should be no less than 50 people on the call. No less than 50. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any question? Anyone has? प्रसाद को ऐसे भी टाइम है, बाहर तो आया नहीं, तो पूछ ही लो अगर हो तो. I promise Prashad बाहर आते मैं stop कर दूंगा. And sometimes it happens, because Prashad is gone and